Hey, it's Rosie, and in this video, I'm going to share the best bread pudding ever. Why is it the best? Why is it so special? Because this bread pudding is made out of Krispy Kreme Doughnuts. Okay, so I'm starting off with my Krispy Kreme donuts, and these are really Krispy Kreme donuts. They're not just store-bought regular donuts. See? Krispy Kreme right out of the box. This recipe takes 24 donuts. Oh my god, it was so hard for me to concentrate. But I'm going to start off by cutting the donuts, okay? And I'm going to place all of my donuts into a large bowl. This is the largest bowl that I had, unfortunately. I wish I had a bigger bowl, but just make sure you have a huge bowl because again, we are messing around with 24 donuts. So once the bowl is full, you're going to set that aside and we're going to work with another bowl. In this bowl, we're going to add in 2 large eggs and we are going to beat them. After the eggs are nicely beaten, we're going to add in some sweetened condensed milk, okay? So add in all of that yummy goodness, and now we're going to pour in some regular milk. You can use 2% fat-free whole milk, that really doesn't matter. Now we're going to make sure all of that is well combined. And if you're enjoying this recipe, please be sure to show some love by giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and thank you in advance. So now you're going to need some ground nutmeg, you're going to need some regular salt, and you're also going to need some ground cinnamon. Let's add those little ingredients into our wet ingredients, and now we're going to mix until well combined. So make sure everything is nicely throughout that bowl. You're going to grab your wet ingredients and now we're going to pour it all over the donuts. Oh my god, I'm telling you, this was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Just being around 24 donuts and making it into a bread pudding. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie, I snuck one donut. But anyway, you're going to toss the donuts and you want to make sure they're all wet. And then you're just going to let them sit for about 10 minutes so it can soak up all the moisture. Now I'm going to be using a 9x13 and I sprayed it with baking spray. This is the baking spray that I am currently using right now. I dig it. I love it a lot. Yeah, but you can use whatever baking spray you want to use. So now we're going to add in our bread pudding into our baked dish, and we're just going to smooth it out. Make sure it is throughout that baked dish. You don't want too much on one side and none on the other. I'm now going to pat it down, and now we're going to bake it in the oven on 350 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Once it comes out, it kind of looks ugly like this, okay? It's full of air because it's been baking, but you're just going to let it sit and cool down. While it's cooling, let's make our glaze. So you're going to need 8 tablespoons of butter. You're going to melt it in a pan over medium heat. Now I'm going to start adding in some confectioners sugar or powdered sugar. To me, it's the same thing. I think it is the same thing. What do y'all think? So now I'm going to stir it and it's going to lump up just like that. But now we're going to pour in a couple tablespoons of milk. Actually, I added 1/4 cup of milk, okay? Let me just keep it easy. So 1/4 cup of milk and everything's going to be nice and smooth like this. Now I did reduce the heat down to low at this time, and now I'm going to add in some vanilla extract, and I'm also going to add in rum extract. I'm using rum extract because I'm serving this to some kids, but if you want to use regular rum, make sure you're serving to only adults. So this is what the bread pudding looks like once it's settled and you know the air is out. I'm just going to cut it in some big squares. Now remember, this whole dish is 24 donuts. Be very considerate of that, okay? It is easy to eat the whole dish. Just keep in mind how much, again, 24 donuts. So as you see, the bread pudding is nice and moist. You don't want a dry pudding. And we're just going to dish it on out, okay? For the sake of this video, I am going to use these big squares. No one in my house ate that complete dish, but now I'm going to drizzle on the icing, and yeah, that is it. This is so good. If you want the exact measurements, it's available on my blog iheartrecipes.com. I'm also going to leave a link in the description box so you can find the measurements. And coming up next, I'm going to share my recipe for a homemade German chocolate cake. Look at that cake. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful in your life? So definitely stick around. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now. And remember, I upload every Sunday and Wednesday.